after we build the capacity, the output could be the advisory capacity or advisory skill of the regulator staff. So they have full skill, equipped to advise. Right? Acceptance of the tender, they obey the rules that this guy advised. All right? Then, what is the impact? See? At the project level, what we can do best is the level of compliance at the project site. Break down into projects country. There is some connectivity of this output and outcome in order to feed that. Now, this one is the indication of that how much this could be achieved in future. We cannot say now. So this example, I'm trying to explain how we split the objects to evaluate in different levels. However, at the end of the day, it feeds into the same things. So, another message that I want to convey is that when there is a project, you might have the different objects to measure, indicator, different objects. Each object may or not be referred to the big object. That is never mind. As long as your goal is connected. If your goal is connected, one day you will find out that this subset of the indicator is the subset of the big set of the indicator. Automatically, if it is not the subset, take it out. What to do? So that's why we are trying to do. Putting into the right box with the right time frame. It doesn't mean that if the project say 5 years, we have to put 5 years here. No. It's 5 years on the timeline that we can do. Because 5 years the project means we can do maybe 10 projects within 5 years. So this has to be small projects. Some of the indicators might be input indicator of one and also output indicator of another one. Also, it depends on the layers that we are working with. So do not worry. That one can be clear out. What is your expectation to have?
My expectation is, can be managed. You can easily see the issues and how to, the challenges and how to overcome them.
So once you have seen the issue, because you already applied them and tested and you see the issue, then what will be the consequence of that? What things would be improved?
I think you will, like the future project, you are able to measure those change and improve on the future project.
What we have shown you, your questions when we're having a dialogue or discussion consultative workshop, your question can be what? So what did you learn? What is your idea? What is your thought? What? But as a good facilitator or change agent, don't stop at what. You ask the next question. So what? Yeah? So what? So what happened? So the stakeholder now reflect, I mean the one who talked to that you chair the meeting, they will start reflecting the things and telling you, okay, so I asked him, how you apply it? So the Philip learn what and how you apply it. Right? So what and so what? Then what? So once you apply it and we practice, and what is the consequence then? And don't stop there. Then what should we do? So these four indicators of questions can help you to have a very interactive dialogue with these stakeholders. If the facilitator try to ask only what, then you get the answer and then you may struggle with what is the next observations. So keep in mind these four very easy. What, so what, then what, and now what? Then you can create an environment of a free dialogue. Okay? So this also, when you do a training, you can also apply this. Because the what means what I remember, what I apply, what I get. So what I get mean, you see, this is something about education or extension, education, education. What the farmer remember, what the farmer can apply, what they think, how they put together the applications into the practical package, and then how they practice it. So this is the highest level of thinking, because the farmer, the fisher would think of how to do now. So what? So what? Then what? Now what? You can also apply this to your subordinates in your work. So thanks Philip for responding very quickly and right to the point. Okay, so what Philip have said, I will just distribute this form just to enhance our understanding. You don't need to do anything on this, you have done it already, so I want to distribute this form. Indonesian is interested in people health. So it means the point I'm trying to make is that economics goal is not necessarily to be measured only by economics indicators. This can be also qualitative indicator that determine the economic value of the goals. So this is why I thought it is sexy. Okay, now let's look at the next country. Again, our friend Ian and Phillips has thought that, okay, not only the economic value that we should take a look as the object to measure of the impact or the outcome, but also the quality of the products, which is at the end of the downstream, or you can say downstream impact. Because if we would like to increase the price of the byproducts, the add value products, then the impact would be the quality have to be premium. Then you get more, the fisher can get more margin. So quality is also one of the indicators, type of the indicator that we look at. And also another example, employment opportunity. So this is also impact. That if they are well off, they send their children to school, they get jobs. See? So, in my opinion, I guess would be Rick's and ISRA and FAO, USAID, GEF opinion is that at the goal level, national goal level, this is the thing that they are looking for. Whether we measurable or not, it has to be measurable. Do we have data or not? Do not worry now. But this is something that the international level they are interested in because it is leading to the hot issues of the global interest. That's my point. The strategy is that how to lead this one to the hot issues that people discuss. Human rights, unemployment, climate change, food security, governance, responsible fishing, social inclusion. Okay, so why Philips and Ian are very sexy because of that, and also the Thai and Japanese in his team. I cannot. Now next one, let's see how Philippines look sexy. This goal is long-term goal. It's not only after the fishery management plan is implemented. When we look at the goal, it may not link. But this goal linked to the effectiveness of the implementation of the plan. Because the plan might say that when we are fishing, we also need to take a look at what we get from the fishing, and that will lead to the quality products that we can give it to the market. So it's a very long-term impact. But the law, the plan can make this happen. Why not? If our action to make the plan happen is leading toward this way. Say, if we have plan to adjust the size of the net, the number of fish that we get may be less. We have more time to look at a good fish and go through process. Yes, we don't need to spend enough time by clearing the bycatch. We don't worry too much. We worry about what quality fish we can select. Now we spend less time to pick up the good quality fish to go to the factory. Why not? So it's efficiency, it's effectiveness, it's efficiency. Minimize the cost of selection of the good fish. Your time is saved. Okay? So this is how it's a bit of implication to that. Okay? The Thailand. Oh, this is also interesting. At the end of the day, indicators, we want to see the change from the indicator. We don't want to say it increased or reduced, but the indicator is the determinants that help us to determine the change. So this looks very clear to me, at least. Change of bycatch. If you change in terms of the amount, you change in terms of the species, it's okay, but change over time. Because this is the time that just we try to see what we want to object to evaluate. We don't need to say increase or decrease, but change. That's what we want to know. So this helps very much for us to be able to focus on what we really mean by indicator. I know that when Vietnam team trying to put this, it's hard for them because they put it different way. they are very much interested to look at into the penetration into the market by setting the price very competitive. That's the point. So Vietnam trying to say that once they have a fish in order to contribute to the economy, the price of the fisher organization, for example, should be allow them to penetrate into their market, whether the rural markets or municipal market or retail or wholesale market, but the price would be competitive. So competitiveness of the products of the small fishery. So the idea is competitiveness, but the way that our colleagues put is something try to approach access the market. But access market is not tangible. The pricing should be competitive, marketable, and also people will buy from the fisher organization, not buy from the retailers. That's the point. So how this is, and this is the idea of the actually competitiveness is used in any sector now. We try to build up our competitiveness in tourism, in fishery, in agriculture, in commerce, in trades and things like that. Okay? So this is how we to say something in relation to Rubik's. And actually this part is also related to Rick's concern. So this is it's copyright. There is right for copy. You see, so after we have a set of Rick has to get one. After we have a set of the goals, now we do alignment. We put them into the right box and the box fixed by Rubik's. So with this one, our life seems to be easy now. Our life seems to be easy now, Rick. So Rick also you can see what I did. Then you may like to link to what. Okay. Now we have 7 goals of Rubik's. We have clear goals from you. Now our job is to align. And our alignment we did yesterday, we do a lot of dialogue. Alignment is nothing but to get consensus. For us, alignment is getting consensus. We are human beings, so we have to agree together. That's alignment. Then we have a box to fit. Then we find a place for those goals to fit into the box that fits by our international interests. Now you can see that. Now you can see your future plan with the Rubik plan now. For the strategy and policy and regulations. The goal, there are 2 goals for this one in our member country. Fishing access clearly defined or zoning clearly defined. This is Indonesia want to aim. This is not project yet. This is aim, your aim. Okay? And Vietnam want to have a management plan. I think this also includes Philippines. Trophy management plan in Vietnam. So that is what Vietnam is aiming now. It's not a project name. Please do not confuse. This is the flag. This is your flag. This is your aim. After 2 years. Now, the reduction of bycatch in this box. Appropriate fishing technology by Indonesia. Why I put here? Because once it's endorsed, it's ready to get it done. That's why I don't put here. Your first phase in Philippines already done here. Right? Once it's endorsed by stakeholder, ready to get done, and boom, go. That's why I put in this one. In my opinion, you may have different, but it's okay. We can have different opinion, endless. Enhance our understanding, responsible catching. See? This is Papua New Guinea. I rephrase a little to make it more sexy. This is sexiest. Good governance enhance for fisheries management. So in order to make the sector and stakeholder make the participatory arrangement. Am I putting the right? Yes. Participation is a good governance, so that's why it is part of the understanding and participatory management of fishery. So the PNG would like to enhance the good governance system. Next one, institutional, very clearly, institutional arrangement, deconcentration, decentralization to the provincial office. This should be Thailand. Bycatch reduction is enhanced. So this is Thailand. So this is the aim of Thailand, to have the provincial organization set up to implement reduction bycatch. So it's about institutional arrangement. Now, the popular one is economic. Bycatch profitability measure long-term economic sustainability. Economic benefits increase from sustainable resources, Indonesia. That's the aim. Economic sustainability of fishery community, Papua New Guinea. Sustainable fishing ecosystem service, Thailand. Improve economic condition of livelihood of the fishing community, Thailand. Sustainable livelihood for local trout fishery community, Vietnam. The goal, sustainable fishery resource management, Vietnam. So these are all the possible fit that I think I'm now sharing with you. Perhaps we can align with the remix at the initial stage. Rick might see this in different way, but let's hear his views now. Okay.
You don't have to worry about people so much. But in Sukhumvit area, there's so many interesting, dangerous things. So glad to see everyone's here. Okay, what I'm going to talk about is very much what Joe has just been outlining. I think Vietnam, we were challenged a little bit yesterday to find a way that we can incorporate EFM principles into the Revit project so that it is across the country. And what I tried to do yesterday evening and this morning is look at this. You might remember this one yesterday. I'm just going to repeat again, because this is the key EAFM concept that we really need to live with. Ecological well-being on the left side, human well-being on the right-hand side. Good governance. Good governance is the balance. If we govern well, we can balance ecological human well-being well. If we not so good governance, not so good governance might result in something like this. We govern too much in favour of humans, in favour of economic side, and of course the ecological well-being is lighter, is reduced. This is the key thing. It can go the other way. We can weigh too heavily on the ecological aspects, and so people do not benefit as much as possible. So that's the key concept. I always like to remind people of this.
Okay, I got the equipment show.
Okay, so what I've done is to take the goals that you worked on yesterday, and I think Joe has edited a little bit.
Yes.
And I fitted them into this framework of the ecological well-being, good governance, human well-being along the top, countries down this side. And it's quite a nice fit. What we have now is that in each of the countries there is an ecological goal, a good governance goal, and a human well-being goal. So this we can use for planning, certainly next week for activities, very nicely. There's one or two, now I think they've all been improved. I think Joe edited them a little bit. They're all quite good. I'm not going to read them out. But I think this looks to be quite a useful framework to use. Next one. Next slide, please. Now, fitting the problem I have, and Vietnam challenged me with is fitting EAFM into the project log frame, which I think I've managed to do. We have a global environmental object. This is a GEF project. So that their goal at the highest level is sustainable fisheries resources and healthy marine ecosystems. This is very much environmental well-being, sorry, ecological well-being, okay? No problem, because at the highest level, the project is focused on this. Next slide, please.
Yes?
The next level down, this is where it gets interesting, is the project development objective. So that's the second level in the project framework. Effective public and private sector partnerships for improved management and practices that support fishery-dependent incomes and livelihoods. Human well-being is there. It's there. It's at the second level. Go on to the next slide. The problem we have is that it doesn't really feature in the 4 project components and say, yes, let's treat these as governance elements to achieve the development objective and the goal. Now that, I think, gets us out of jail, gets us, it actually, last slide please, actually allows us to say, there's no